Hello, and welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon Red. Today, now that we're done with the Burn Mansion, we're going to get the fossil that we got before, and at long last, we have our dinosaur. Along the way, I was saying, no, I'm never going to get a dinosaur, but we persevered and got ourselves a dinosaur, Aerodactyl. But with all the hype I'm giving it, I'm not actually going to use it. So, yeah, you get a dinosaur, not going to use it. But now, that was not a place to trip up. But now we're off to fight the 8th gym leader, the wonderful mystery leader, who may or may not be home. I hope so. I'm all the way out here. There are no other gyms, so I really hope he's home. That'd be great. And again, it's really annoying if he's not home. See, that's why you have to call people before you come over to let them know that you're here. But he is here. That's fantastic. What do you have to say, Champ the Making Guy? Oh, you don't know? But I thought you knew everything, Champ the Making Guy. Well, at least you told us that he likes to use ground types. And Blue has apparently beat us here once again. Wait a minute. I recognize these sliding tiles. These seem suspiciously familiar. Almost like, I don't know, some type of I don't know, some type of space traveling device like a rocket. Wait a minute! Yeah, it's Giovanni. I know all of you already know, but I think it's more fun if you pretend like you don't. Because it's an RPG, and I feel like you should at least, you know, try to care about the plot for an RPG. And for some reason, not sure though. Alright, now that cool trainer was defeated, I can continue on with my day, and possibly use a healing item. In fact, I think I will. Good poison, no good. Don't like poison. And I'm pretty sure I went over this before, but something else to keep in mind. When you're buying items, mind that there's actually, until you hit the end part of the game, there's only a finite amount of money that you can actually get. So try not to, you know, or rather, try to be somewhat cheap with your items, or fight more trainers. The choice is yours, but you definitely want to avoid getting knocked out. That's no good. I haven't, but I think this game is pretty easy if you know what you're doing. But, you know, something to keep in mind at this point in the game, because relatively soon we're going to need a whole lot of healing items, and repels, and, you know, all that kind of good stuff, Ultra Balls, you know. And I could have just gone up here from the start, but I actually wanted to know. I didn't want to do that. I definitely wanted to get more items. And oh my god, it's Giovanni. And if you're playing this in you know, color, looks like he has lipstick. Never noticed those nice sideburns he has, though. Oh boy. Well, alright. Well, you don't have to hold back if you don't want to. I mean, I've beaten you like, what, 3 times? And, was it 3? Well, actually, no, this would be the 3rd, wouldn't it? But I fooled your plans so many times, I don't care to mention all of them. And you really think that now that you're using new, and by new I mean more evolved Pokemon, you really stand a chance? I mean, yeah, sure, you may have awesome levels, I suppose. I wish I was on level 45, because I've been skipping out on fighting all the trainers, and skipping out on all the random battles too, but, you know. Close my point. Ah, whatever. You suck, Giovanni. You suck, and all these gym leaders, they suck too. Although Sabrina was a little better, I guess. Yeah, I guess. Or maybe she's the only one who uses half-decent Pokemon. Or rather, half-decent Pokemon with a okay moveset. Okay, well that's also a lie. You know what I mean. So I don't think I need to really go over the strategy here with Giovanni, do I? His Pokemon actually have really terrible moves. I want to say one of them might have Fissure, which has, I believe, a 30% chance of 1-hit KOing you. But the other times it doesn't do anything, and for Pokemon, for some reason, 30%, although that sounds good, is actually ridiculously low. So that move's no good. And all of his Pokemon are actually the same Pokemon from before, except for Dugtrio, which is actually pretty fast. But, you know, nothing really of note here. And now on for another one of this Pokemon, you can wash, rinse, repeat the same strategy. For, you know, the last gym leader, Giovanni's actually pretty pathetic, considering the fact that, you know, he's like a Mafia boss. But then again, maybe a Mafia boss doesn't really need to be, you know, tough. Well, they need to be tough, but maybe they don't need to have the ability to do things in a effective manner, or rather, he needs his words to do his work for him, not his Pokemon. And I guess if that's how you want to work things, you know, making your henchmen, which also aren't very good, but you're making your henchmen do all your work, well, I can definitely respect that too. Because if there's anything that's more effective than doing things yourself, it's having many other people to do your bidding for you. So that's why, kids, when you grow up, take over the world. Make everyone else do your work for you. It's much easier. Not that I officially endorse slavery or anything. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I do endorse slavery, but only if it's equal opportunity slavery. Then it's okay. Like when you take over the world, have a lottery. And then whoever, you know, wins, I'll, what was her name? Crap. Well, there's a book called The Lottery where, you know, if you quote-unquote win, I believe you get stoned to death, or maybe you'll sacrifice, I'm not sure. But yeah, Giovanni, he was the last gym leader. Pretty pathetic. Yeah, I'll meet you at the power plant, because that's where we're gonna go next. Alright, so now that we're back at the power plant, I believe you know what we're going to do here, but if you don't know what we're going to do here, we're going to go capture Zapdos, one of the 3 legendary birds that we've heard about nothing about. Yeah, before I actually bother tackling the end of the game, this is actually something I want to do. So, you know, I mean, usually I actually don't do this. In fact, usually I just skip over getting the 3 birds altogether, but I figure I should show everything I can. Or rather, everything of note that I can. Now look at me, now look at you, now look at me, now look at you. Your Pokeballs are now Voltorbs. Yeah, that's a bit of a bastard move they put here, but one I sort of wish they would repeat in other games. How the Pokeballs on the ground, which I guess are treasure chests, are actually Voltorbs. Pretty neat. Although admittedly that does sort of bring up the question, why exactly are all the treasure chests in this game Pokeballs? But that doesn't matter because it's a Game Boy game. But then again, in later games, I know that they could afford to make the treasure chest look like actual treasure chests, or at least in a vaguely square shape. But, you know, not much you can do there, and I think I'm going the wrong way. That's no good. Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. Oh well. I actually got some of the treasure here off screen. That's how Cyrus knows Thunder, which is a pretty good move, one of the best Thunder moves in the game. Oh boy, it's a trap! Always with the traps here. You know, something kind of interesting to note here. I believe this area in the Japanese version was called the Abandoned Power Plant. I'm not really sure. No, it wasn't called the Abandoned Power Plant. It's called the Unmanned Power Plant, which, you know, also means abandoned. But I don't know why they didn't, you know, just call this area also, you know, the unmanned or abandoned power plant. But I guess in, you know, in these days of games, in, you know, the mid-90s, or late 90s, actually, I suppose they had to make room for you know, more space. But, I guess it's not a big deal. But I do have to give them credit because for a Game Boy Color game, and, you know, for an RPG, they actually did a pretty good job translating this game. Sure, there are some differences, but for the most part, it's all pretty accurate, or at least a pretty good equivalent. Most of the moves don't have a wildly different name, usually just shortened or something like that, although they are puns. Puns as far as the eye can see. Over 9,000 puns. But, you know, I think we're almost at the end. Do I want to reapply? Yeah, I actually want to reapply. I hate random battles so much. I think I'm just, instead of fighting all the battles along the way, I'm just gonna do one super grind session off screen, probably like I usually do. But here is Zapdos with his are you? Which is a weird cry to make. Alright, here we go. Hopefully this won't take all day. That'd be pretty swell. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have Cyrus start out by using Thunder Wave on it, because I can't really put it to sleep. Yeah, Benjamin is a bit of a ways away at level 55 from wearing Sleep Powder, but you know, that's cool. I don't mind too much, it's not that accurate anyway. Or at least I don't think it is. I know in other games it's horribly inaccurate, but worth it, but I'm not sure about this game. I haven't used Sleep Powder yet. Alright, actually I don't think any of my Pokemon stand it. I was about to say Joseph a chance, wasn't I? Should shoot myself. Yeah, I don't think any of my Pokemon would fare particularly well against Zapdos. Maybe Leslie might be able to get some good damage in, but I need something that will bring its HP down and not kill it. It's a bit of a problem, actually. Oh, wow, that did a lot of damage, more than I thought it'd do. Well, maybe I can get it down to a little bit of HP. It's already paralyzed, so this shouldn't be the hardest task in the entire world. And there goes Leslie, I believe. Oh, fantastic. That's why you're the favorite. Good for you, unlike some people I know, Cyrus. Although admittedly Zapdos could have easily taken Cyrus's place in the party, I just don't like using legendaries. I don't know why. It just kind of ruins the fun for me a little bit. Don't want to use my Hydro Potion or Master Ball. I'm actually saving that for later. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about already. Don't play dumb with me, viewers. Although I've been playing dumb with you the entire time, but no matter. Then, crap. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna have to cut some of this out. Maybe. Well, maybe that might be enough. You know what? I think I'm gonna cut some of this out and then get back to it when I've caught and named it. Or gotten its HP down enough. Wait, what? Well, screw you! Okay, let's try that from the top. Yeah, legendary Pokemon in this game can definitely dodge your Pokeballs if they want to. So that's something to keep in mind. I'm not sure exactly what affects it. Maybe if it wasn't going to stay in at all, or the ball wouldn't have shook, then it just misses. But I don't know, I like that. It makes them feel special, unlike in later Pokemon games where you have legendary Pokemon up the ass, but I'll have more time to rant on that later. And I don't think I want to name you, but if I did, well, it might be Raijin. See you next time.